kind of talked about this already, about the lists that you used to make about what you had in common with a character and what you didn't have in common with a character.
Well, I think it was I think my professor, Beverly Brum, who went to Yale and studied with Uwe Hagen. I think she may have introduced that to me. Mm-hmm. But you know, you have to say, well, this person is really educated, speaks 5 languages. I speak 1.5. You know what I mean? This person is very proper. You know, I'm not as proper. You know, this person. It's education and background. Mm-hmm. So, and then the things that are similar, you know, to it until it becomes more organic. You know, when I played this monk, when I did William of Baskerville, I had to play like an English monk in Italy. I'm not a scientist. Right. I'm not a philosopher. I'm not a mathematician. But the more I got involved with Echo, that I knew, you know, I finally said to the guys, I don't want to do this series unless I get to say Echo's words. I'm tired.
Echo.
Roberto,
yeah. Oh, right.
And the more I worked on it, I had so much to learn, so many things that I didn't have in common with it. But I was so...
Did you make that list?
No, I didn't have to, because I had so much. So I just studied all these things. And to play someone who is a scientist and whose delight is in not knowing and figuring out all these it's all based on like Labyrinths by Borges.
Oh,
yeah. Right. And to be able to get the takes right when it was too muscular, it became didactic. You didn't have the joy of it being ahead of you. And I had to learn so many lines, and we were always rewriting it, and I mean, sometimes my brain would just go like, but I realized when I was in the realm of discovery, the joy of it, how delicate it was and how hard it was to do that. And so that was something I was working towards too, because that's not how my brain works.
But did you tap into something in the
I
way
read all
of how your brain works?
Bacon, I read all these things, and then eventually something started to, I could understand of this kind of state of grace that the guy would enter into sometimes, and it was so hard.
Because you can't change the way your brain works.
Not works, but you can be open to the possibility of rumination, you know, with these words that were in you, but not when you're just leading them. They have to lead you. And that was so hard to do. It was like putting myself in a trance. And I was like, but also communicating it to the other guy. And we had scenes where you would want to pull your hair out of your head. But I was really wanted to get the writer's voice. And that's what I've learned more than even the list. If it's a writer, I want to absorb everything I possibly can, because they're going to lead me there.
The person who wrote this
who wrote the book.
The book,
right,
exactly.
Not the script.
Right, I was going to say.
Because a lot of times the people who write the script imagine they're as smart as these brilliant novels, and they're like, the level is like, you know, one person's a master, and another person's like, you know, a freshman, you know what I mean, or in high school, and it's just ridiculous, the simplification of it all. So, but in that, there is those lists, because all those things I was not. So I knew going in, I was like, I don't need to make that list anymore.
Because it's pretty one-sided at this point, right?
But then you realize, okay, my curiosity or my humanity or my empathy for others, they all match up well.
But working yourself into a trance in terms of...
Well, that was only from doing the work.
Right.
Like, if you do all the work, then then he would tell me, the director would say, that is too, you know. I was like, yeah, I know, okay. Yeah. But I have to do one that way, with two to get me to, so I know my posts. You know, I know I go here, I do this, and I do that, and I got to get it in my body, the words and the movement, and then try to get to this other point of like, there's a delight the guy has in his unquenchable thirst for knowledge, and the whole book really is about people's fear of knowledge.